I guess this is the first time I'm really talking to the people out there. I mean, some people, of course, have called the Kirk Minahan show, but a lot of times other things like wiping take precedence. So this is the first real campaign show we're doing. And I've got my director of communications, Tim from Canton, with me. Tim, how are you, my friend?
Reporting for duty, sir. And let me just make one clarification for the constituents and potential voters out there. You're not just a man of the people. You are the people, Michael.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. I don't put that on myself, really, but I do appreciate you saying such kind things about me.
Well, I'm here to fix all the missteps, so that's my job.
Well, I guess we should start by announcing some big campaign news that I think will get the people excited out there, the gearheads, and that is, I discussed some of my staff this morning on the Kirk Minahan show. You, of course, Tim, as director of communications, Laura as my chief of staff, Adam the Jew, Latino Kirk, and we have added some key members here. Gig is going to be on with us, doing some social media work. Visionless Dave, doing some, let's just say, behind-the-scenes stuff as well. And I think, not to overshadow those guys, I think they'll respect the name recognition and the reputation of my official campaign manager, Mr. TJ Hubbard.
Intern Justin.
Oh, yeah, and Intern Justin will be, of course, interning. We got to get to Intern Justin. That was one of the bigger takeaways from the show today. We got to get to Intern Justin in a few minutes. But first, Tim, what do you think of the staff we've assembled here?
I think that you could not have assembled a better staff, especially given what I've been seeing going on behind the scenes and what's to come. There's a lot of there's a lot more to come from the endorsement front. I think you're in very capable and admirable hands with TJ leading the charge. I know that he's already hard at work. I've heard from him twice today to try to wrap this up before it even gets anywhere.
Right.
And frankly, I think you've made the right choice. I don't see a lot of diversity on the in the Sellers campaign. I see nothing but diversity here in the Geary 2020 campaign.
Yeah, there's none. And Ted will, I'm sure the callers will want to get to some of the attacks that Ted has lobbied against me. That's fine if he wants to play dirty. The fact is we don't know a lot about Ted. Is he a member of ISIS, like we saw reports today? I have no idea. I don't know a lot about the guy. Is he a serial killer? I don't know. Is he some kind of pervert behind the scenes? Who knows? I don't know how he treats his female staff, if he has ever had any. So these are things we don't know about Ted. My record is out there. My flaws are all very public. People know a lot about them. But Ted, we don't know a lot about, and that, I think, concerns the people.
Well, it's a little something we do know.
What's that?
When we did that 5K in Southie, I believe Ted was wearing a sweatshirt that was white, and it had a hood. Now, he said it was to stay warm. I'm just going to say, even though it was a windy day, it was a white hooded sweatshirt.
It certainly was.
That lie.
And not to mention the chair he's sitting in. Who knows where that was manufactured?
Is that even American built?
Who knows? I certainly don't know. But that's for Ted to come out and speak on, I guess. But we'll get to those calls and more in a second. But I want to address something because Tim, I'm sure people are going to vet my candidates pretty thoroughly. I'm under a lot of scrutiny, as are the people that work with me. So I have to ask. It seemed like on the show today, you and Kirk have become almost rivals of sorts, and that's troubling to me as a guy who's working with you.
My only comment is, I walk on 2 feet, 2 legs. I don't root in the forest like an animal when I have to take a shit. I go indoors. I wipe from front to back. Right. I use wipes. I'm not of the barbarian heritage, and I'll just leave it at that. And apparently that means that Kirk had once called me a friend. I believe this is the end of a very horrible friendship to begin with.
That's very sad to hear. But I gotta say, animal seems harsh. Like the guy, it's not like he's doing this all the time. This is not how he lives his life. It's something that has to be done once in a while.
The man uses paper and wipes from back to front. That's all I'll say.
It's unusual. That part is unusual. But any of his shitting adventures. For example, he told a story, I believe it was today, about shitting in a buffet. But,
Yes.
that's just something that happens.
I think that
happens to all men all the time,
I think they got lost in the weeds. I think that might be a bigger shit with a full-blown buffet that he just climbed up on and unloaded. So,
That's right.
yeah, but I will say I am honored because Kirk, he is a giver. And I have to say I am honored to listening back to the show. Not only was I sucked out, as you would say, I was also flushed.
Yes, you were. A double whammy, we call that on Abortion Thursday.
So, you always have to look for the silver lining in every cloud.
And that's a feather in your cap as a professional radio caller, I imagine.
I would say today was almost a fail. Didn't get any of my comments in. I was shut down rather abruptly. We all have our stances, and Kirk has his, and I have mine.
Well, that kind of leads me to another member of my staff here that has to maybe atone for some of his misdeeds. Justin, pop in here for a second.
What's up?
So, do you feel like you said everything you needed to say about this line cutting gate at a funeral? Wake, I'm sorry.
It wasn't a funeral, it was a wake.
A wake, I apologize.
I kind of take the stance that you had, where it's like, am I just going to stand there in line, kind of like just mourn by myself, or I see two coworkers of whom, I wasn't super, super close to this person. It was more of a family member of a friend, and I see these two people, and I'm like, oh, hey, and we just started talking, and they were like, I just want to stay here. And I was like, sure. The person who called in, though, I mean, I have some dirt on them. If they
how do you know this person so well? It seemed like you got very personal with them.
I worked with him for years. His name's not Mike.
So he's a liar. This guy. This guy's already. You're outing him as a liar.
I was working with his brother today, actually. After I got off the phone with you guys, I went back into work, and his brother was like, "Yeah, I'll call in," because he actually cut in line with his brother.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh, so it was a preemptive assault on you before you ratted him out.
Who was I going to rat him out to? It's everyone cuts in line at a wake.
I don't know. I'm not with you there, buddy. No cutsies.
Oh, you say no cuts, Tim?
I say no cutsies. You got to suffer through that one.
Do you think I was like, I want to get it? I cut like 5 people.
Yeah, cutting's cutting, brother.
Unless the amount of people shouldn't matter, whether it's 1 or 1,000.
Exactly. Unless you're meeting, your mom or maybe your significant other.
So there is exceptions. Exceptions.
Oh, for sure. But it's very sexist.
Meeting up with coworkers is not a great excuse. And Justin, another thing you have to be thinking about now, and I know this is all kind of new to you, but you have to be thinking these are voters. These are potential voters I'm cutting as well. You got to be using your head. Everything you do is now going to be dissected.
It's going to be scrutinized.
Yeah, well, that's something you have to look out for.
All
right, that I respect. I'm just saying in the future, just know it's not just Intern Justin. It's not just the reputation of the Intern Justin show. It's a whole staff of people now that rely on you.
I completely understand that.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure.
I would say that cutting in line at a wake is probably the same as, I don't know, taking a bagel at an all-you-can-eat buffet at a hotel you didn't pay for.
Oh, this is. I don't think. I think there are certain people that are not going to like the what you're implying there, sir. But Justin's growing some balls here.
And to play devil's advocate, I will say that we're probably going to carry the cutsies vote for having Justin on this team.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have to double down. Now that Justin is going anti-Kirk, I might have to double down and really.
I'm not going anti-Kirk.
All right, Justin, save yourself. Get off the screen before you slander anyone else's name. And open those phone lines. Let's hear from the people. Another thing I guess we should announce, Tim, is that campaign-related. Despite all the mudslinging coming from the seller's side, I'm sorry, we are kind of crossing party lines here. We're reaching across the aisle for a very good cause tomorrow, and that's getting this thug, Tom Hartman, to address the election. Why is he scared of this issue? Tom Hartman's not afraid to go after guys like S.E. Robinson. What is he so afraid of about this Massachusetts election?
Well, I think you just said it. It's Ted had on his little clip. I agree with you. This is a bipartisan effort.
Yeah. And
this is where we really can come together to defeat the evils of the world. Tom Hartman, that's with 2 N's, is ignorant of the races that are going on. And I think he doesn't want to be exposed. That's why he shut him, kind of like Dr. Laura shut down you and I.
Certainly.
When they don't know, they shut you down.
We'll have to get to that, too. I forgot about that. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up?
This is Nick Terrain.
I'm sorry? Oh, it's Nick.
Nick? Yeah,
Oh,
how's it going, guys?
Nick, your phone's not great, but what's up, man?
You know, just wanted to talk to Tim a little bit.
Oh, my favorite fucking
You there?
caller. My favorite caller. Hi, Nick. I was just listening to you. That's all I want to do.
How you doing, Tim? I'm a big fan of yours.
How's the dirt bike game treating you?
It's good. I'm back to work now after COVID. I still have it a little bit, but I just wear 2 masks instead of 1.
But you're back to work despite still having symptoms.
I still have the symptoms. I wear 2 masks instead of 1. I wear a cane mask. I wear like a regular doctor's mask.
That's very respectable, Nick. Your phone's rough, but do you have anything else?
I have a question for him.
Yeah, I just wanted. Oh yeah, Tim.
Go ahead.
What's up?
Nick, is there any bad blood with Brandon Walker since he's the one that gave you COVID?
Great
And
question.
has forced you to wear 2 masks now?
I can't stand the guy. I know you can't stand the guy. I know Kirk can't stand the guy.
I don't know. It seems like they're buddies now, talking about
I mean-
Cobra Kai.
It doesn't really affect me. I think that he should be gone, and I think KB should be gone too.
Who should be going?
I think KB should be fired.
Wow, that's big. That's
Whoa,
big news.
whoa,
KB,
whoa.
Nick from Barstool turning on KB. That's bad news for the Anus podcast. Nick, thanks for checking in, buddy.
No problem.
All right, buddy. I hope the rest of these calls aren't on that much of a delay.
I know this is your show. I want to thank Nick for making my night. That is my hands down favorite.
He's your
caller.
favorite caller?
I love Nick.
He
Love
can't be your favorite. More than like Donald Trump
Yeah.
or
Favorite.
drunk Greg Hill. Really?
Well, he didn't. The connection was bad, but I love hearing his stories of what he's been up to. And him and KB,
It is a very interesting.
they kill me.
It's a very interesting process those two go through. Those two
I mean,
crazy.
there's not
kids.
many guys that can fix dirt bikes in the middle of Manhattan.
No,
and-
or that would drive to Hingham, or both of them are
Be
living
employee
interesting
of the month.
lives.
They're amazing guys.
Hello, caller.
Hello, is this Mike's phone?
It certainly is.
You stink.
Okay, well, as long as they're voting for us, we can stink all we want.
That's the
Mike,
thing. I don't mind. These are all good Minifans. If they don't want to vote for me, that's fine as well. I just
No,
think they
that's
should
not
know.
fine as well. No.
I think they should know what they're dealing with in Ted Sellers. I think that's the problem. Is a lot. The instinct, of course, is going to be to go against me too. I've learned that over 29 years of life. But the problem is the candidate you're voting for, we don't know a lot about. He seems like a dangerous guy to me. What say you, caller?
I say vote for Ted.
Oh,
Okay.
man,
How come?
Why?
Why?
What do you like about Ted?
Everything about Ted. Ted's funny. Unfortunately, Mike, I'm a big fan of yours, but you're not funny.
Okay.
Ted is hilarious. Ted stands up for the people, even though he can't stand.
Right.
You can't see where you're going, but you don't see the future.
Caller, you do
It's
know
a
that.
shame.
You do know
Ted's
that.
really the much better candidate.
You know that a vote for Ted is a vote for all able-bodied people to be restricted to wheelchairs. Do you know that? You know that's part of his platform.
That's true. Ted is very pro-disabled.
You know that's a lie.
Oh,
Ted
really?
is very pro-disabled, whereas I'm an able-bodied candidate. I know that we kind of get in the way. The disableds are sort of a nuisance. I'm an able-bodied guy. I want to eliminate handicap parking and things of this nature. I'm pro-able-bodied, whereas Ted, I think he's a little bit more biased than I.
Ted's a great guy. You want to get rid of handicap parking? That's ridiculous. You only want to get rid of handicap parking because you can't drive.
It's not true. Not true. I can drive very well. I've actually chosen not to
You
drive
know
to keep the people
true.
safe. And I think you're being crazy, sir. But will you join us in the quest to
not
stop Tom
crazy,
Hartman
man.
tomorrow, even though you're a Sellers guy?
Oh, I'll definitely start talking about Tom Hartman.
All right, good. See, these are the things, Tim. Where we can bring the people together. I don't mind that this guy's a Ted Sellers guy. I think he sounds like a smart Minifan, and he'll come around eventually. But I think things like this, like tomorrow, are very important. Also, I would invite. I don't think we're going to announce the date and location just yet because we don't want anyone. to get too much of a head start. But I should say, and I don't mean Ted, I mean where the event will be held. But there will be a campaign rally at a very familiar location sometime next week. I'm thinking Monday or Tuesday. So get ready for a campaign rally, and I welcome any Ted Sellers supporters to come and ask me any questions they would like as well.
Are you going to have Ted on tonight?
Great. You know what? If you're a Ted Sellers voter, go shit in a hat. Next caller, Justin.
Me and Ted will be just talking Wednesday. My director of communications doesn't have as much decorum as I do, and I like that. I like that he's bringing the hammer to the people.
Some people you can't convince, Mike.
You're damn right, buddy. What's up?
Is this Blind Mike?
Certainly is.
This is Brandon fucking Walker.
Hello, Brandon. How are you?
Mike, I got a show idea for us.
Let's hear it. You and me doing a show together? All right.
It's called Walk the Blind.
Okay, and what do we do on this program?
Walk the Blind.
No, I get the pun or the play on words, but what's the show?
It's a fucking joke.
No, yeah, I got it.
Well,
but
I got this shtick where I take complete fucking idiots and I sit them next to me and I yell stupid things. And it worked with Kate and it's working with Marty Mush, and I think you and I got something going there.
Okay. That is definitely a pattern that I think I would fit. Although I don't know that Marty Mush is really an idiot. He seems like a smart guy. But I see the point you're making. I'm in.
I think he would tell you otherwise.
I'm in, Brandon. Let's do it. Right after you start this nostalgia podcast. I don't want to step on that. All right, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey,
Brandon Walker with some big ideas.
Love you, Mike.
What's that? All right.
Big ideas from a little brain. Yep. Go back to
just hang up on him. Jesus. How many times are you going to say goodbye? But yeah, I forget. What did you think of when Brandon Walker called in this week? That almost got overshadowed.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It was, the game is being played.
Bonding over Cobra Kai, and right after, it was like right after the whole Josh, or the day after the whole Josh fiasco.
But much like Cobra Kai, when will he strike again? Because as Kirk has pointed out, don't buy into the hype.
It always happens. I'm starting to learn that. Hello, caller. What say you?
Must be another Ted Sellers supporter.
Another Sellers.
Speak with your mouth, breathe through your nose. There you go.
Tim, I'm starting to come around. This is not these calls have not been great.
This is a first grade tactic, Mike, of flooding the lines with Ted Sellers supporters who have shit to say, just like Ted Sellers.
And it's sad to see Ted resort to that, because I've I feel like I've extended the olive branch. I've been, I've only accused him of being a terrorist who's faking his disability. And I don't feel like that's hitting that far below the belt.
I think it's just a topic to be discussed.
Right. Whereas Ted's coming at me about my work ethic and things like that. That seems uncalled for. I'm making valid claims, whereas it seems like Ted is hitting far below the belt. What do you say, caller?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to discuss something even more troubling than Ted's ties to ISIS. And
Please.
I know you guys referenced it on the main show, but, Ted was complaining that you don't follow him on Twitter. And my thoughts on that is, do we really want a candidate that's trying to control your speech, control what you do on Twitter? I mean, next thing we know, he gets elected. We're all being forced to follow him, retweet him. I know you're more of a free speech guy, so maybe you can touch on some of those points.
It's a great point. It's a great point. Maybe Ted is in this for making friends. I'm in this for making America a better place. I may not follow everyone on Twitter, but I'll listen to what they have to say. I don't think it matters who you're following. I think it matters your actions. And I don't follow. Tim, do I follow you on Twitter yet? I may not follow you. I don't check that Tim, stuff. We don't know.
I think you do.
Because who possibly would give a fuck about that? But the thing is, we communicate on a human level. And that's what I want to do with my supporters.
Excellent answer. And that was obviously a very well-educated, very insightful caller.
Yes, it certainly was. And not planted at all. And no one that is working for me by any means. It's just a regular guy who has a lot of insight. Justin, what is that beeping I keep hearing?
I think that's my phone.
Oh, Jesus, Tim. You're killing me.
Rookie mistake. Lest we forget, people, Ted Sellers would have you live in cages if it were up to him. Prove me wrong.
Right. He wants to turn everyone into the cyborgs that he kind of is. The robotic human being, half half machine, half man like Ted Sellers.
Hello,
I want to
Ted.
get into that OG show in a minute. By the way, Tim, don't let me forget.
Hello, Ted. Goodbye, stairs. That's all I can say.
Hello, caller.
Hey, what is saucing, boys? Mike, I was just wondering if you're going to try and get any of the religious vote by campaigning at the church next to the studio there. I don't know about voter eligibility, but I feel like that's an untapped market you might get. I'll hang and listen.
Certainly. Well, to address the concerns about voter eligibility, I'll just be handing out ballots at the at the rally on Tuesday. Maybe we'll have some, or Monday or Tuesday. I'm not sure which yet, but we'll have some ballots for people. We'll just be giving out ballots. And as far as the religious vote, I certainly welcome. I'm not a religious man myself. You won't see me praying like our great president.
Very spiritual.
Very spiritual, and open to any and all religions, and your expression of such. So yeah, maybe I should go knock on the door of the people next door. They've certainly knocked on ours and had no problem just waltzing right in. So maybe I'll do the same.
Mike, if I could say one thing about voter eligibility in Massachusetts, this is Massachusetts. There is no issue about eligibility.
Yeah.
Just about anybody can vote, not even once, but often. So
yeah, just get in line. If you drive by a polling station, if you see a line forming, just get in line and throw a name out there and see if it works.
As long as it's not Sellers.
Certainly. Hello, caller.
Hey, Mike, James Holbrook here. I want to let you know you definitely got my vote for Senate no matter what. And I also wanted to ask you, because you've been talking about TV shows a lot lately, have you ever checked out the show Peaky Blinders? It was on Netflix for a while.
Peaky Blinders. I have been. A lot of people tell me about this, and I've heard sort of at the beginning. I heard rave reviews, and then I never got into it. And then as the years have gone on, I've kind of heard it trailed off. Is that correct or no? Would you say?
So I'm in season 3 right now. I think I got another season or 2 to go. So far, a few episodes into season 3, there hasn't been a bad episode.
Oh, okay.
The acting is incredible. I definitely recommend it.
What would you
Mike,
compare?
Let me ask a question to the caller. Hey, caller, if Mike were to say that he is a big fan of Peaky Blinders, would that sway you to vote for Mike and support
Would
him?
you be more likely or less likely to vote for me?
No matter what, I'm a gearhead all the way. You
There we go.
No matter what, brother.
Thank you, buddy. All right, Brett.
Bye.
Did you ever watch that, Tim? Peaky Blinders?
Excellent.
What would you compare it to? As for for a U.S. show?
Jeez. I mean, it's a mobster show.
I have a tough time getting into. I'll admit, I have a tough time getting into shows with any sort of heavy accents.
Yeah,
even though it's English,
yeah.
Just any accents I can't get into. Really.
I had to watch the whole thing in subtitles, but geez, I don't know what to compare it to. I mean, it's a mob show about a family, so it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's like Sopranos, but it's a mob show and it's about a family and a guy who's the head of the family. And
yeah,
it's both his personal and his mob life.
When I had first heard about it, I was into Boardwalk Empire. That was still on. And I think someone had compared it to that. And I think I checked out the first episode, but didn't get all the way through because I was expecting something different than it was.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but I think it's different from Boardwalk.
What do you say, caller? Go for Geary.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Hey, Michael. How are you?
What's up? What's going on?
Oh, I'm just wondering. Have you guys talked at all about this Senate race?
No, it has not come up yet. Do you have any questions on it?
Oh, no. I just wanted to let you know. I'm a Sellers guy, Sellers 2020.
Okay.
But it's nothing personal, I think he's the best man for the job.
I understand. What is it? Can I ask, what is it you like about Ted?
I'd rate you 7 out of 10. Ted's a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
He's for real change. He's not like a corporate fat cat. You've been getting fat off the steak for years, Mike. Let's be honest.
These are fair, and I love a good catchphrase. There's nothing I respect more in a candidate, quite frankly, than a good catchphrase. So Ted might have my vote, but I'm an uneducated voter. And what I would say to you is, this is what I hear from a lot of Sellers supporters. It's buzzwords. It's catchphrases. It's shots at me. There's not a lot of positive things people are saying about Ted, and that would concern me as a Sellers voter. That's all I'm saying.
except about him restricting your rights.
I feel like Donald Trump won the presidency using that exact strategy.
No. Donald Trump stood for a lot.
What?
And that wall's going to get built, my friend. We're still waiting on a wall. We're waiting on a lot of things from the Trumpster.
Trump did not play on people's sensitivities to liking a guy who pounds Bush Light. That's not what Donald Trump did. That's what Ted Sala is going to do. By the way, if you like microbrews, you like macro brews, you like any beer that's not shit, say goodbye to that, because Sellers is a Bush Light guy.
Yes, sure.
And we all know Mike has a propensity for the finer flavors in life that you all deserve.
Yes. And I was going to say,
you can criticize Bush when you're chugging Mick Ultras, Mike. I'm not sure that's exactly fair game. I mean,
not only that, but I was about to say that if any candidate should be attacking someone for their alcohol use, it should be me. That's for sure. Anything else, buddy?
Man, you're good. Take it easy, Mike.
All right, man. Thank you. I do like, and this is kind of a statement about the Minifans in general. Even the Sellers supporters, even the anti-Mike guys, all very cordial. There's not a lot of, there may be some bad blood and some negative words said, but I think it's all said in good faith and just trying to better America. Would you agree with that, Tim, at least?
No, it's going to get 100,000 times worse as the days progress. And it'll go from day to day to hour, and it's going to get absolutely nasty. We've been warned tonight there's a nuclear bomb coming our way. So, I expect nothing less from this band of miscreants that is known as the Sellers Campaign. They've been wheeling around on their high horse for ages now. It's about time they were brought down to the rung that they're at, which is the bottom rung. We all know where they dwell. They dwell in the cellar. They dwell in the swamp. So do I think this is going to be a nice, soft campaign and on the up and up? Hell no.
All right.
Not at all.
Let's see what this caller has to say about it. Hello.
I'm calling to voice my support for Ted Sellers.
Oh, this is outrageous. What do you like about Ted?
I have a question for you. Is it true that if you go on a motorcade, you're going to have to run a flatbed because you're a big fat ass? Is there any truth to that?
I know this voice, but I can't place it, damn it.
Well, I know it too. I know who it is. And if we have to do that, it'd be to help boost the economy. So I think just some little rinky-dink car that can be towed, by a two-stroke engine and a moped ain't going to cut it. For this campaign, we're talking flatbeds, we're talking tanks, we're talking a big parade. You want to stick with Sellers, Mike? There's no surprise that there's so many Sellers callers on the line. It's 6:30. Right. None of them are working. They're all layabouts. They're all at home. They all have nothing else to do but call in and try to promote their guy because our supporters are out working, making America great again.
Sure, and it's an odd move for a Sellers supporter to be attacking someone who may need special transportation. When if you've seen what Ted needs to get around, it's a lot of work. Quite frankly,
if I can say, let's not be a pussy about it.
Well, right. What's up?
Hey, I'm a huge Geary 2020 guy.
There we go.
Hello.
I'm a huge Geary 2020 guy, but I did have a point to make.
Okay.
There was a comment made earlier by, I believe it was your producer, about a bagel. I believe he wishes he could take that back.
Does he? But did he forget this was live?
He wishes he could take it back.
Yeah, that's probably smart, Justin. I'm sorry, caller. Caller, that's probably very wise.
The name's Paul.
Paul, yes. Hello, Paul. Well, thank you for the call, Paul. Anything else to add?
And I could just see it in his eyes. He's probably somewhat on the topic of the week. He's probably shitting his pants right now.
Yeah. Well,
so that is that. Okay.
Paul, I can understand maybe getting a little too big for your britches for a second, feeling a little loose, forgetting you're live. Perhaps I can understand that, but maybe probably a good move by the caller to defend our producer Justin like that.
Candidate Gary, I'm kind of surprised that we haven't heard from your opponent. I mean, one of the gripes has been that you have airtime. This is an open line. This is an open forum. He's more than welcome to call in.
Sure,
maybe he's just too busy with his, with his hookers and blow. I don't know.
It's very possible. We don't know what Ted does in his off hours, right?
Oh, I think we've seen the videos. The alcohol, the drugs.
Sure.
the wheelchair laid over on its side in the middle of the living room.
Yes.
You know, is that really his house, or is that just a flop house? I don't know. Questions.
Who
to be answered.
knows? Who knows anything about the man? And maybe that's why he's going to lay low until Wednesday. He's, a cellar dweller. He's down there in the basement, and he's going to try and hide as long as he can because maybe he doesn't want people to know the real Ted. Maybe that's what's at play here. I don't know. But
Excellent point. And that's cellar dweller, SELLA.
You're damn right. Yeah, I'm glad you got where I was going. I do want to ask. I feel like we're probably wrapping up here. It seems like the calls are dying down a bit. But I want to ask Tim. It seems like there's not just the fact that Steve from Providence is working against us on the Sellers campaign. Yeah. TJ Hubbard, obviously our campaign manager. What's the deal? What's the state of the OG show? Is there a riff?
Well, I'll just say this. I believe R.A. Minahan is also a Sellers guy.
So it's really 2 versus 2 in that camp.
They would call this in gymnastics a split. So
how is the relationship holding up? Are you guys able to be civil?
We were last night, but I don't know how it's going to be going forward, to be honest with you. I don't know how that's going to work out. This is a very contentious race here.
It's the shame of all of us. It gets very ugly. It gets very nasty in this politics game. I'm trying not to bring it that way, but it appears my opponent is going that route. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
So I'm a Gearhead 2020. I just want to know, Mike, why haven't you put your name on the list to get your eyes switched out? Get a new set of eyes, man.
And I transplant.
I think you probably want to change your life.
You know, I hadn't thought.
Can I help you answer that?
Please, Tim. Go ahead.
Caller, supporter, thank you for the support. Just want to say, Mike's condition is not as easy as getting a new wheelchair. He can't just go down the store and pick out something that looks nice, rides nice, it's comfortable. That's a life-changing event for him.
Right.
So I think there's a lot more to it than just saying, why don't you switch up? We don't take the easy route. Mike does the hard work. Mike does the back office work. He does the research. And frankly, he's a man of the people. He is the people, not like our opponent. Riding around in his high horse all day, looking down on everybody.
Probably changed his life, too.
Well, that's a different story.
Well, I can feel how fat I am, sir. You don't need eyes for that. All the other senses tell me.
But I still love you, Mike.
Thank you, buddy. Anything else?
That's it, my friend.
All right, man. Thank you.
I don't know that I'd call that ringing endorsement.
Not a ringing endorsement.
Not
a ringing endorsement. Well, I'm not sure we have his vote. I think he seemed like, again, sort of a Sellers guy, perhaps. The people, the callers don't seem to hate me as much as they're just not comfortable with me being their leader. That's the vibe.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Okay, what do we have here? Go ahead.
Your girlfriend asked me.
Oh, what happened?
Why'd you hang up on that, Justin?
I didn't hang up. They hung up.
Oh, that's disappointing. That seemed like it could have gone in an interesting place. All right, Tim. Anything else before we get out of here? Any other campaign concerns? I will say this: a campaign advisor. Maybe we'll take this one last call, I guess. But not only will my campaign manager TJ Hubbard be on Mike and the Minifans this week to talk some strategy, we've got John Featherston on the program as well, which I think it'll be interesting to get his take on how things are going to play out here over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I do have. That's an excellent move. I have one comment to wrap up when we finish, but it sounds like someone might be on the line.
Yeah, go ahead, caller.
Mike, we got something serious to discuss right now. There's been an attack from within. The banner on the bottom of the show right now keeps switching from the call-in number to Vote Ted Sellers 2020. So I think Intern Justin needs to be asked some questions.
Typical cellar dweller move.
Yeah, it was. I was on the other tab for like the Google Voice, and I go back and someone who must have access. I don't know if it's Will. I don't know if it's Steve. They made it say Vote Ted, and I immediately changed it when I saw it.
There's something suspicious about this, Justin. You can't tell who else is in the room?
I can, but I was on another tab. See, like right now I'm switching over to the Google Voice tab to accept this, and I don't see StreamYard, which is how I answer and hang up.
This is very troubling.
Well, if it is Jim and Stanton and Federon candidate.
Okay. Blind Mike's penis. I don't understand how you can go against me. We've spent so much time together. We're literally attached at the hip. I don't get how you can do this to me.
How do I do it to you? How do you do the things you do to me, Michael? And then you got your little campaign manager, that boy over there, Kim Jong-un. He's calling me dumb. He's calling me dumb.
I'm not the campaign manager. I'm just the media director, and
Right.
facts are facts, sir. I guess penis, whatever it is you are.
Sir is preferred. Show some respect.
I don't want to misgender a penis.
Right, that's fair. Blind Mike's penis. Do you have anything to get off your chest, as it were?
Get off my chest. You get off my base. I don't know what you'd call it. Get off my base. Get away from me, Michael. You haven't spoken to my issues. You're not a platform that I can stand behind. It's awful. What you're doing is awful. It's a disgrace to Congress.
Oh my God. Blind Mike's penis.
Congress.
This hurts me to hear. I can't even fight back on this one. Having my own penis go against me is not going to be good, Tim. I feel like there's going to have to be a lot of media spin.
Mike, there's a couple of ways to address this. One, first of all, he said he can't stand behind you, which is good because the penis should be standing in front of you.
It would be disturbing, yes.
Correct. The other is I would just make a veiled threat. If he doesn't support you, if he's not ramrod in his complete engorgement of your candidacy,
right.
I would recommend maybe transition surgery and splitting him down the middle
No,
and
no.
folding
I'm not going to go
him into a couple of.
Tim, I won't degrade. Hold on, Blind Mike's penis. Hold on 1 second, buddy. Hold on, my friend. Hold on, my friend. I just want to talk this out here. I'm not going to degrade the very serious event that transitioning would be by bringing it into this discussion. But I will say this, Blind Mike's penis. If you don't like what happened the last time Alba's father visited, then I think you know how to vote. Is that understood?
Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
It's not a threat, Blind Mike's penis. It's just a guarantee.
I don't want to go back there, Mike.
Well, then I think you know how to vote.
You're actually breaking up a little bit. I will just say, Player Tim. That's all I have to say. He's mean. He's a big meanie.
All right. Thank you, Blind Mike's penis. Always fun.
That is true.
That's probably good. That's a good place to stop with the calls. But I think that's fair punishment. If he doesn't like the way he's been treated, then maybe he should think about the way he treats me. You know?
Maybe you should start wearing some Speedos and tidy whities and really show him what it's all about.
Perhaps.
Put him with the power.
What did you have to say, Tim? Any final thoughts before we go?
Just my final comment. Just want to let the people know that there's already been some insinuations about dark money, dirty money. Let me just state what the facts are. Money by virtue is cash is passed from hand to hand. Money gets dirty. When you pick up a dollar bill, a $5 bill, a $100 bill, there's going to be germs on there. So by virtue of how money is passed around, it is dirty. And with that being said, we will accept dirty money.
Yes, and I should mention, if there are concerns about money, that the gentleman handling my finances is of the Jewish faith. So there really should be no cause for concern. I think that pretty much wraps it up, wouldn't you say?
A very wise choice in Adam. Very wise. I know he's very gung-ho about supporting the campaign.
Absolutely. Tim, thank you, my friend. We've got a lot of work to do, but I think there was a lot of good done here tonight, wouldn't you say?
Go Geary 2020.
All right, my friend. A clear choice in a blurry world. Folks, we'll see you next time.